worry at all about it. Similarly, we have to identify existing programs and just channel our efforts there.
Bristling at the idea of certification. So my question was, you said certifications are done outside. Have they been successful? Is there any data on the value that they create? I mean, a very bizarre tangent that came in is, so I don't know right now the bias that happens of all the factors that you...
They have some algorithm, so they can actually have a mechanism by which every checklist can have a value, which is not tied to only observer. Observer, place, and year. So the idea is that you are in Kolkata, you have been birding for 5 years. Their initial analysis, which we have seen in presentations, indicate that observability is very high.
Yes.
It's very high, and yeah, there are various ways in which they are correcting to it, but it's correction. The moment you correct it, then you have a statistical value, you have a variance, you don't know what's happening. Have you considered all factors? So,
okay, can you please introduce yourself?
Yeah, hi, myself Bharat Vyas. I'm from Ahmedabad, and I started my birding in 2017, and that too basically from Gujarat, but we have started our birding from Hyderabad.
Okay.
So it was a surprise from them that being in Gujarat you have not started a birding and doing birding at Hyderabad. So because that was a good time for us to keep ourselves busy and to be relaxed after bird watching. Please sir.
So you are here with your son?
Yes, my son and my wife.
Okay, okay.
So
what is your favorite bird? This is just a silly question, but we think this is important also.
the bird which I have not seen till date, it is Monal.
Okay.
Monal is my favorite bird, and I have not seen yet.
Okay. So what motivates you, consistently to contribute to eBird, and how has this influenced your bird watching?
As far as eBird is concerned, it is a very good tool to keep our records, and whenever we find something different, we add a species. In particular state or a region. So that is one thing which keeps us motivated, which I have done in Telangana too. I have added a couple of species over there, which was very rare. Secondly, whenever we go to any part of the world, even as we have done this in US too, so we used to check the habitat of that particular place, how the place is behaving, in which season we are going, so in which season which bird is coming,
Okay.
and what is their pattern, how they are feeding their young ones, how they are nesting, everything we used to observe, and that basically motivates us and gives us relaxation too, from the busy
Yes.
life.
Of course. What improvements would you like to see in eBird to help you, support the review process or overall bird watching process?
In eBird, basically, if I have discussed with a few, whenever we go to the media, when we drop the media over there, in photographs, the content which is coming over there is very less than the content which is when we go to the filter, it is much. So say for example, whenever we drop the photograph, it is like only feeding young one, or it is like vocalizing. But when we go to filter, it is almost 10 to 15 pointers are there. If we accommodate that pointers while uploading the media, that would be very good, which I have suggested them. Nesting. People are seeing the nest. They are posting the nesting pictures too. So it should be nesting. People are seeing the eggs. They are putting the eggs. Eggs of what? Which bird? Third, people are seeing the dead birds. So dead birds, and they are writing for how it has happened. If somebody has seen it, if it's dead for a longer time, then if somebody has seen, they are writing it that how it has happened. So that type of things are there in the filters, which is not there in the media. So that has to be accommodated in the eBird. Otherwise, eBird is a very good tool, and I think many of the all the eBirders, I would say, all the birders should start adopting eBird.
Yeah, yeah.
So, what is your opinion about this occasion and the session that are organized by eBird, which is society?
I think this is, see, I am basically, on the backside of this. I have not seen, but I have discussed with them. This is the fifth time this is happening, the reviewers meet. And it is a very good meet, and I think it should be going. It should be on the larger scale. And yesterday I was talking from with some eBirder from Bengal. I don't remember his name actually. So he has conducted one meet tomorrow. Somewhere 170 people gathering in.
Yes, it's tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
We have the Bengal borders meet.
Yeah, borders meet. So that is a very good,
meet, yeah.
very good thing. I appreciate that, and this should be inculcated to each and every state actually. So more and more awareness should come as far as the eBird is concerned. How the checklist to be filled, what are the lacunas or loopholes they are facing at the time of filling the checklist. So it is very good tool, and I feel that this type of meeting and review should happen and should happen on a regular basis.
Regions around Bangalore and parts of Arunachal that I was familiar with.
So how did you become involved in this role?
So I think I was always, it's a very organic process, I would say, because initially I used to bird by myself. I didn't know anyone else who used the platform, and I was sort of introduced to the platform by a friend of mine around 2018 when I was working at a lab, and I sort of got to know more birders around the area. They got in touch with me, I got in touch with them, and that just led to a process of like getting to know a lot of eBirders, and eventually they said, why don't you just pick up review and why don't you do stuff like filter editing and review, and now I'm a reviewer for eBird. So
any particularly challenging review that you handled?
Oh, lots of challenging reviews. Because
okay.
I remember having to send a bunch of interesting review emails for a species called the white-browed fantail, which is often confused with the spot-breasted fantail in South India, because both of them have white brows, and a lot of people report the spot-breasted fantail as the white-browed fantail around the region like Bangalore, where the white-browed fantail isn't present and you only have spot-breasted, but it's reported wrongly. So I had to send a few review emails to a bunch of people who very confidently reported white-browed as spot-breasted, and I did end up getting like a lot of passive-aggressive emails in reply to the review emails I was sending them. So it was a bit of a challenging situation, but I think we did end up cleaning up all the observations in the region, and now it seems to be fine.
That's good to hear.
Yeah.
One more question, like, can you share a story of how your reviewed data, led to any increased effort of conservation?
Increased effort
or research effort?
Yeah, this is a pretty tricky question, because I think as reviewers we do clean up a lot of observations on the platform itself, and that sort of feeds into the SOIB report, and we know how the government sort of used the previous SOIB report to sort of add a bunch of new bird species to the scheduled lists in the wildlife, what's that called? The Wildlife Protection Act. Yeah. A bunch of schedules in the WPA have like a bunch of birds that are completely new to the list now. So I think if you look at the bigger picture, I think what we do is extremely important to bird conservation, because we know that people are sort of increasingly taking notice to all these declines, and all these declines are finally started. I think they've started being quantified in a very rudimentary way, but a very important way, and I think we have a lot to I think a lot of progress can be made in the field, and many years down the line I think we'll see a lot of very concrete trends, a lot of conservation action taken based on those reports. So
yes,
it's a citizen science in the future. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much. Will you be staying for tomorrow's event?
I will be staying for tomorrow, but I'm not sure if I can attend the event, because I'll be staying at a different place, and I'll have to submit my master's thesis tomorrow. So I have a lot of work to do.
Well, all the best for your thesis, and all the best for your journey.
So what is the first question?
Okay, please introduce yourself.
Okay, I'm Dr. Pranay Boyddo. I am from Goa. I am the eBird reviewer and editor for Goa. I am also the Bird Count India's regional coordinator for Goa State.
Excellent. So, can you share one memorable birdwatching experience, that
from anywhere?
Anywhere, yeah.
Okay, so this is an experience from Thailand when I had gone birding in Sekarsarat Reserve. I was walking through the forest all alone, and there was a big flock of what's the name of it? I'm sorry. Okay, I'll give you another one. I'm forgetting. That was the best one, but I'll give you another.
No one.
Okay. I'll give an Indian example, that's better. Okay. So, while I was doing my PhD work, I was in Madai Wildlife Sanctuary in Goa, and there was a very large and weird shape that was sitting somewhere behind the trees. And then I kind of ignored it because I thought it was a monkey or something, and I ignored that. And then I kept on doing my work. And suddenly there was a wail as if a woman is being strangulated. And I was so scared, especially because it was almost about 5:30 in the evening, and I had no idea what that bird was. And then later I realized it was a spot-bellied eagle. So that was probably one of the best experiences that I had in terms of sighting a bird or hearing a bird. That was actually rare, or whatever is considered rare in our landscapes in general.
Yeah.
And since then it's one of my favorite Indian birds, the spot-bellied eagle.
Oh, great. You have been with eBird for many years, so can you tell us a few growth stories of eBird, 2 or 3 points?
Yeah. So I became an eBird reviewer in the year 2013-14. That's probably when eBird was introduced and being popularized in India. So one of the first reviewers to be onboarded on the program. And initially there were very few eBirders out there, very few people who would actually want to contribute information. We had a lot of people who were bird watching in India, and not just from Goa but elsewhere, because I was also doing editing and reviewing for Pondicherry, and I used to also look, give suggestions for Tamil Nadu as well. So initially it was slow, but then eBird kind of caught attention, especially in Goa, because eBird data was being looked at by tourists. Whenever we used to upload data on eBird, people would look at the recent sightings and they would know that okay, a trogon has been seen here, or some rare bird has been seen here, and there would be automatically queries about whether they could come and see this or not. So eBird kind of picked up in Goa because it became a very good tool for enhancing tourism. In other places in Tamil Nadu, especially Pondicherry, eBird became a mechanism of bridging people together. Everyone was in general bird watching, but the minute they understood that they could contribute to citizen science through bird watching, that is when the entire scenario changed, and slowly we had people coming in from different places. There are so many people in Tamil Nadu. I can mention, for example, Gyanaskandan. Then we have Vinoba, who is now maybe not part of the editorial team, but very active in the previous terms. There was Ganeshwar, there is SOF, the Salem Ornithological Foundation, who have made tremendous efforts in popularizing eBird and bird watching in general in Tamil Nadu as an example. So there have been great success stories, at least in Tamil Nadu, Pondicherry and Goa, where I have been actively reviewing.
So any particularly challenging review that you have faced in your career as tenure as eBird reviewer?
So there are multiple challenges as an eBird reviewer. I think all my fellow editors would agree with me. One of the things is people not willing to give comments on rare bird sightings, or they say that photograph uploaded but they never photograph taken, but they never end up uploading a photograph. And then there are some users who are abusive, some people who question your abilities, things like that. So but these are things that we have to all take in good sense and in our stride, and make sure that we make our users comfortable, make sure that everyone is on the same page. And of course there's always differences, and that is the great part of the birdwatching community and our country in general. We have diversity, and that is our largest and greatest strength. So even in eBird community, the reviewing process, we have a large diversity of the users, and challenges are many, but the solutions are also as diverse as those challenges, and it's all case to case basis. And the most important thing about eBird is it's just like any other scientific process which undergoes peer review. At the end, we have to remember that it's all in good faith. If someone observes something and uploads that information, we have to give them the opportunity to defend that sighting in the right spirit and with the right kind of information out there, so that even after 50 years or 60 years from today, even though we may not be on the face of earth, but our observation is going to be on the face of earth. So that is something that as an eBird reviewer, I found it as a challenge initially, but now it is one of our greatest strengths.
So any incident where any story how the reviewed data on eBird led to a significant conservation effort or policy change?
There are quite a few examples from Goa where we have used eBird data for several kinds of policy actions and changes. There are so many of them. But let me give a very simple example which probably will motivate students. In the year 2013, me and some of my colleagues, when we were studying, we did a small project in a wetland in Goa, which is the Navilim wetland. And for a year we monitored bird and then input all information on eBird, and which helped us in developing trend maps and all kinds of bar charts and things like that. After 2 years, Dr. Asad Rahmani came over and then said that we are going to expand the IBA network in the country, and please suggest some wetlands which could become IBS for the state. At that point, that was the only IBA which had enough information in public domain, and I was also the reviewer, and I asked my fellow reviewers. That time only 2 of us were eBird reviewers for Goa, so I asked at that time Suhail to look at all the reviews and then review all the equipment. I'm sorry. So I asked Suhail to review all the queries, pending lists that were there, and we got all the checklists cleared and cleaned, and that was the information that was used for proposing a new IBA. And today we have 2 wetland international bird and biodiversity areas in Goa, and one of this is the Navilim wetland, which purely came out of a citizen science initiative from eBird. So the idea behind sharing this example is that your school project or college project, if you can funnel it through eBird and which undergoes a peer review process by the editors, the data is valuable. It has so much conservation prioritization. Here is an example where college students uploaded information on eBird, went through a peer review process, and today the very place where they did a BSc project in zoology is an important bird and biodiversity area. That's one of the best success stories that I would say.
Okay. Thank you so much for your time. Hi. Can you please introduce yourself?
Yeah, my name is Ramesh Shinai. I'm from Maharashtra. I'm doing eBird reviewing for Maharashtra Some County.
Okay. So what motivates you to volunteer as an eBird reviewer?
Okay. So when I was using eBird and when I used to get all these mails for queries and all, I was always curious to know how the process works and how these people go through such amount of data and send queries to so huge number of people. And when I got that opportunity, it was really exciting to learn the process and to know the process actually how it works.
So can you share one rewarding experience as from your time as a eBird reviewer?
Yeah, so sometimes it becomes challenging to send queries or do your part as reviewer, because some people get upset, they don't know the process and all. But sometimes it works otherwise also. Like when I send query to people, they respond so positively, and then they keep in touch with you for the further help with the IDs or help with the eBird, and that is satisfying, because that is why we are there for, and that is what we want to achieve.
Yes, yes. So, just one another extra question. What is your suggestion to people who are coming to bird watching? Normally, we do not use eBird too often. Yeah. So, what will be your suggestion to them?
Yeah, so I will request them to use eBird frequently. It is going to help the conservation part also, and it is going to help you with your data collection also. And I will request them not to get intimidated by eBird reviewing process.
Okay.
It is not a monster. It is there to help you.
That is important.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much. Please introduce yourself.
So myself is Shata Divya from Jharkhand.
Okay. How did you first get interested in bird watching, and what led you to start using eBird?
So when I started bird watching, I did not know that there is a term for it, and people actually do this on regular basis. So my dad just got me camera, which was a zoom camera. Initially, the first camera I got, that had just 4x zoom, and then I got a 30x zoom. So initially I was just clicking pictures of flowers, and then I got bored. So somehow birds interested me, and I used to do a lot of birding in my college campus in Odisha, KT University. So there I used to see birds which I would not had any idea, like orange-headed thrush, grey-headed swamp hen. So these colorful birds really got me interested.
Okay. Do you have any favorite bird?
Yeah, somehow I don't know why, but I really like Eurasian hoopoe. I have seen them since my childhood, since the time I did not knew its name, but it was quite evident, like how it looked, how its crest looked. So yeah.
Have you participated in any eBird challenge or eBird event, and what has been the your experience?
GBVC, yes, so GBVC, whenever it is happening, I have not conducted walks till now on that particular day, but I have I do birding on those few days, and this time in GBVC, during GBVC, I was in 3-4 different states, so it was nice to do birding on.
You did birding from 3-4 different states?
No, I'm saying 3-4 states.
Oh, okay.
So I was in UP, Delhi, Jharkhand, so at the same in Bihar. So at the same time, I could do birding in these states.
Okay, can you elaborate more on that?
Yeah, so as my hometown is Bihar, and during that time, during GBVC, I was traveling there. So I have a habit, whenever traveling through train, I'll be doing birding on the way, mostly through eyes, not with binoculars or common birds which I could identify. So those birds, and I used to live in Noida that time, so is in UP. So I did birding across Delhi, so I did birding there, and then Noida I went to a bird sanctuary and did birding there as well.
Okay. As an eBird reviewer, how do you deal with discrepancies in or errors in the data, submitted data?
Yeah, so first of all, I try best from my end that if I should be able to find out without reaching the observer, by going through bar chart and by going through previous data, previous accepted data. So I try to find out that, and then only I'll reach the observer to provide the evidence. But as I'm a new reviewer, I'm yet to learn a lot. So I'm just learning from other reviewers that how to reach, how to keep the tone mild, and ask them so that they don't get offended about their observation.
Do you think eBird requires any improvement or any features that you would like to enhance?
Yeah, I think as during the whole session also people have pointed out multilinguistic, and me being a reviewer, when I was reviewing multiple data which has, some people upload a lot of pictures, even for a single bird they'll upload 20 pictures. It becomes difficult for me to review the whole, see the whole checklist. So I was just thinking that maybe there should be a feature to collapse all the pictures and just see the whole checklist. So these small things keep popping in my mind that okay, this should be there, that should be there, but I think there should be that kind of view which is applicable maybe for majority of people. So those changes can be brought in eBird.
Okay, you talked about using the tone of language we use as a eBird reviewer. So as birdwatchers, we are eBird is scary because the reviewer will catch us if we don't give the correct observation. So how do you think we can foster a positive relationship with the birdwatching community as a reviewer?
Yeah, so I think as it was mentioned by other people, I think we can keep our tone that okay, we are also learning, so we might make mistake, so they can cross check by providing some data so that they don't get offended, and they can. But at the same time, like there are people who will think, okay, I don't want to be contacted. Even I was in the situation before becoming a eBird reviewer. Okay, most of the mails I don't used to read. So yeah, there is actually a conflict. People just want their data to pass through. That is one thing. Some people it's difficult to cater to. But otherwise, I think we can like approach them in such a way that they are okay to update the data.
Any bird monitoring projects that you have been involved with?
So I was doing waterfall census in Bangalore. I was part of that. So that used to happen in every winter. So I was part of like 2-3 waterfall census.
Okay. Thank you so much for your answers.
अच्छा, आप ये eBird रिव्यू में मतलब कितने दिन से है आप?
I am likely to 3 to 4 years.
3 to 4 years. So how did you get involved?
By our the local team from they involved me. First I was the hotspot editor, then become the reviewer also.
अच्छा, तो आप एक मेमोरेबल बर्ड वाचिंग एक्सपीरियंस शेयर कीजिए। कुछ मेमोरेबल बर्ड वाचिंग का कुछ एक्सपीरियंस शेयर कीजिए जो eBird में डालने से मतलब ये बहुत हाई इम्पैक्टेड कुछ है, ऐसा कुछ।
हम लोग का जैसे एक डिजर्ट VTTR जो है वो मेरा एक समझ लीजिए छत्तीसगढ़ का फर्स्ट रिकॉर्ड रहा।
अच्छा।
वो बर्ड वॉचिंग एक रेगुलर पैच में हम लोग बर्ड वॉचिंग करते थे, जो मेरा प्रोजेक्ट भी हुआ करता था। वहाँ मैंने एक डाला तो वो पता चला कि वो फर्स्ट रिकॉर्ड फ्रॉम छत्तीसगढ़।
अच्छा,
बाकी तो सब
और आपका कुछ सजेशन वैसे eBird के लिए या ओवरऑल ये प्रोग्राम के लिए कुछ सजेशन, कुछ इम्प्रूवमेंट जो हम कर सकते हैं?
It's all okay.
Okay sir, very nice to talk to you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I and my husband.
Okay.
Both are birders.
Okay. So at first please tell me your name again because I want to record it.
Okay, I am Sandhya Linka. I stay here in Kolkata.
But
my
you are
husband
from
is I am from Orissa. Okay. My husband is posted here and we both are birders. My husband is Prabhudatta bird.
Okay.
And we are eBirders also. Both of us.
So what is the significance of eBird reviewer meet? What do you think?
Actually, I can't say anything, but there are several topics we discussed, which may be implemented later.
Yes. So you think that this kind of reviewers meet should be hosted repeatedly, regularly,
to make the review process easier. Maybe we can do more review actually properly. Maybe that thing.
So any suggestion for this session so that we can make it better?
I can't suggest anything, but
so you think everything arranged is perfect?
It's nicely done.
Okay.
Not perfect, I can't say everything can't be perfect, but it was done nicely. We interacted with the BCI team and the editors. Everything was.
Another question is, what is your favorite bird?
So many are there.
So you can't name particular bird as your favorite?
Birds are favorite.
Okay. So you are into bird watching for how many years?
I have been in bird watching from 2015 at least. 6 to 7 years.
Any particular memory that you want to share with the audience? Your memorable bird watching memory?
Nothing so special. I have been birding regularly. Nowadays I have visited so many other places. Earlier it was restricted to Bengal. I have been here since last 6 years. It was restricted to this area only. But recently I have visited to Sikkim, Arunachal and other things.
Those are very nice places to watch birds.
Yeah.
Yes. So you must have very enriching experience there.
Yeah, I had very nice experience.
Okay. First introduce yourself, sir.
I am Jaswant. I look after Eco-Pantex business in India. My association with BWS is now almost 2 years old. We started in a very small way, but now we are a major partner with BWS, and we are quite happy with the CSR initiative what they take across the West Bengal. This event was the first on-ground event what we attended, and crazy. People are serious, and the kind of love or the passion they share with the budding community, that's quite encouraging for any hardware brand. And I'm sure in future, my association and my brand's association will grow. And now eBird in place, we will expand the similar kind of network nationally. Thank you.
And do you also a bird watcher? Do you like bird watching?
No, but looking at this event, yes, now I'm keen.
Okay.
I'll try my best to participate more in the event. But yeah, it's very encouraging overall, and it's fun. Especially the community is something which I like. So in past I was part of bikers community and but yes, this is the kind of audience it's awesome. So yeah, so I'll start with Maharashtra where I live, and then see
so
how.
So you are from Maharashtra?
Yes.
Okay.
So I'm born and brought up there.
Okay.
I got in touch with various eBird mentors now.
So you come here for this event only?
Yeah, I just wanted to feel how this. What exactly birders do. So the intention was not to sell, but understand, how they work and how they function, and as a brand, how I can support them.
Okay.
That was the intention.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
বিয়ে বাড়িতে গেছিস মনে হচ্ছে।
One second.
You are from?
I'm from Hyderabad.
Acha, and your name, please?
My name is Gopalakrishna. I'm from Hyderabad. I'm a birdwatcher there, associated with the group called Hyderabad Birding Pals.
Acha, okay. And how is the food?
Amazing. Bengali food, I've heard about it several times. The taste of fish is something which is unparalleled.
So, do you like this? And please introduce yourself.
I'm Sriram Reddy from Hyderabad.
Hyderabad. You both are from Hyderabad. You
both
came for this event only?
You came
for this event only, or you?
Yeah, we came for this event only. We are bird watchers. There is a review meeting happening.
Yes.
So reviewers meeting. So we came for the review meeting, representing Telangana.
How many years are you involved in bird watching?
Yeah, so 10 years. It's more than 10 years. I was into e-birding.
Okay. So you are. What do you think that? What is the significance of eBird reviewers meet?
So it is important to interact with other reviewers because we are all isolated, representing our own states. So these kind of meets help to know what all the things they are doing better and where we can improve as a group. So these kind of events are much needed. It needs to happen regularly so that we interact with other reviewers, understand better, review it better, and learn from others.
Tell me one exciting experience that you have encountered in your birdwatching journey.
Many actually, many of them are there. All exciting, definitely. The exciting event is sighting of Great Indian Bustard very close to our state. There is a place called Rolapadu. So it's critically endangered by one of the birds, critically endangered in the world. So that to see that bird in our place, which is very close to us, is very exciting.
Can you explain what an eBird reviewer does and how you become involved in this role?
So eBird reviewer role is very critical when it comes to, because the eBird is a citizen science project.
Yes.
So where citizens get involved. So the mistakes or data, the sanctity of data is much critical, because the data needs to be used, the same eBird data is used in scientific research also. To do that happen, a reviewer's job is to actually go through the data which is created by citizens and try to curate it. Make it useful for others to use it.
It might be a time consuming.
It is a time consuming job, and it is a free, kind of a service the eBirders are doing to make data of India correct.
Okay. What are the suggestions? Do you have any suggestions for this event that we can make it better?
That we already conveyed to all related to this one. Organization is fantastic. Whatever BC has,
the
Birdwatcher Society.
Yeah,
amazing. Yeah, the Birdwatcher Society actually it made it very smooth. Actually, so no complaints, no suggestions regarding that. The others will learn more about how to conduct others.
Thank you so much. Please tell me your name and state again.
My name is Mamta and I am from Orissa.
So you are here for the eBird reviewers meet only?
Yes.
Okay.
Reviewers meet, and we reviewers also had one Sundarban trip, short Sundarban trip. So we were around 24 and we did a Sundarban trip also, which was very good.
Okay. How many years are you involved in bird watching?
I am like 10 to 11 years now. More than 11, I think. Yes.
And what about this occasion, the celebration and all these things, arrangements, everything?
This is a eBird reviewer and editor meet, and I have been reviewing for Orissa since 2 years.
Okay.
And if I say I have almost watched and documented almost 700 plus birds in India.
Okay. In different parts of India?
Different parts of India.
Okay. So you are a frequent traveler?
Frequent traveler, and COVID distracted all that. Before COVID I used to travel at least 6 to 7 times in a year to different locations.
That's nice. That's nice. So have you collaborated with other birdwatcher or organization through eBird?
I have not collaborated, but yes, we keep in Orissa we keep collaborating.
Okay.
Not in India.
So there is also an organization, birders organization like Birdwatcher Society?
Yes, in Bengal, no. Like in Orissa, yes, we have Bhubaneswar Bird Walk.
Okay. Yes, Bhubaneswar birders are collaborated.
So whenever we have bird walks in Bhubaneswar, we do collaborate with some organization like Jayaz.
So can you describe any notable observation in Orissa?
In Orissa, recently one bird from Maldives had come, which was transmitted, and then we went to watch that bird, but it was our bad luck, we could not see. But other local guide from there had already documented that before we went.
Okay.
So that was one good experience, and 45-degree temperature in banks of river. It was really difficult, and we birders are really try hard to watch one bird.
Yes. Okay, ma'am.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Ma'am, please introduce yourself, your name and your state.
Okay, I am Dr. Swetashri Purohit. I am an assistant professor by profession, and I am from Odisha.
So, what do you think? What should be the future goals of eBird?
Okay, eBird does has its specific goals. Basically, it is a citizen science program where common citizens have an opportunity to contribute to science. So in a long-term process, eBird has its goal to document birds basically worldwide, so that we can get a good pattern of their movement, their survivability, and this can be a great help in policy making and conservation.
Okay. So how did you first get interested in bird watching, and what led you to start using eBird?
Okay, first I basically started birding when the concept of community birding came in, but before that I was well acquainted with nature walk and trekking, wildlife. I wanted to pursue a career. And coming with a group of bird watchers actually motivated me into serious bird watching, which I further pursued during my doctoral studies as well. And then using eBird helps me document my work better, well organized things, and I have been using eBird since 2014.
What advice would you give to new birdwatchers who are just starting with eBird?
Okay, my first suggestion would be, instead of just jumping up to the app and uploading wrong information, I would suggest go do some birding, do some homework, learn about birds, do some pen and paper documentation first, then upload it on eBird, so that we have really good database, well preserved for future, because everyone's contribution is equally important.
So it must be a tedious work.
Yeah.
To review the data that people
Yes.
are putting.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you so much for
you.
this talk. Thank you. একটু ইন্ট্রোডাকশন দেবেন ফার্স্টে।
আমি কৃষ্ণেন্দু দাস, আমি আগরতলা থেকে।
আচ্ছা, কতদিন হলো আপনি বার্ড ওয়াচিং এর সাথে যুক্ত?
হ্যাঁ,
কতদিন? অনেকদিন হয়েছে।
ছোটবেলা থেকে বাবা ফরেস্টে কাজ করতেন।
আচ্ছা আচ্ছা।
বাবাই ইন্ট্রোডিউস করেছেন, বাবা সাইকেলে নিয়ে সকাল সকাল বেরোতেন।
ইবার্ডের রিভিউয়ার হিসেবে?
ইবার্ডের রিভিউয়ার হিসেবে এটা খুব রিসেন্ট, মানে ভীষণই রিসেন্ট। এটা অশ্বিন আমাকে সাজেস্ট করেছিল যে তুমি এসো, এখানে জয়েন করো, একটা মিটিং আছে, এই জন্য এখানে আসা।
আচ্ছা আচ্ছা আচ্ছা। তো এই যে টোটাল প্রসেসটা, এটা খুব টিডিয়াস জব। এই যে ইবার্ডের রিভিউ করা বা ইত্যাদি, মানে কিভাবে আপনি টাইম ম্যানেজ করে রিভিউটা করেন?
দেখুন, আমি সে অর্থে বলতে গেলে আমি জাস্ট একদম স্টার্টিং ফেজে আছি। তো ব্যাপারটা হচ্ছে ততটা টিডিয়াস হয়তো না, আমি যতটা দেখলাম, কিন্তু ব্যাপারটা হচ্ছে আমি যতটা আপনি ভেবে বলছেন টিডিয়াস, আমার খুব একটা লাগে না। তার কারণ হচ্ছে আমি ব্যাপারটা এনজয়, মানে কে কোথায় কি পেলো, আমি কি পেলাম সেটা আমার কাছে যতটা ইম্পর্টেন্ট, মানে অন্য কেউ কি পেলো সেটাও ততটাই ইম্পর্টেন্ট। তো আমি মানে আমার ব্যাপারটা মানে আমি ব্যাপারটাতে বোর হই না, তো আমার খুব একটা, তবে হ্যাঁ প্রফেশনাল কমিটমেন্ট আমাদের যেগুলো আছে ওইগুলো ম্যানেজ করে মাঝে মধ্যে যে অসুবিধা হয় না তাও, সেটাও আপনি ঠিকই বলেছেন।
আর এমনি নতুন যারা বার্ডিং করছেন আর কি, তাদেরকে কিছু সাজেশন ইবার্ড ইউজ করা নিয়ে? কারণ অনেকে আছেন যে নতুন বার্ডিং করছেন কিন্তু ইবার্ড ইউজ করেন না।
শুধু নতুন কেন, নতুন যারা আছে তারা ধরুন হয়তো টেকনিকের কারণে বা ওই হ্যাসেল সঙ্গে সঙ্গে আপলোড করা, এগুলোর জন্য এটা ইনিশিয়াল হ্যান্ডিক্যাপ হতে পারে। এমন অনেক পুরনো সিজন্ড বার্ডাররাও আছে যারা ইবার্ড ইউজ করে না। তো ইবার্ড ইউজ না করাটা একটা মাল্টি ডাইমেনশনাল প্রবলেম। তো এটাকে অ্যাড্রেস করা এই ওয়ার্কশপেও তো ডিসকাস হলো অনেকটা, মানে কি করে করা যায়,
কিভাবে আমরা আরো বেশি লোকের কাছে পৌঁছবো, মানে আরো লোককে মোটিভেট করা যায় কি করে?
এটা হচ্ছে আউটরিচ, এটা ইন্টারঅ্যাক্ট করা। মানে আউটকামটা যে সবসময় খুব হাই হবে তা না, কিন্তু মানে ডিসহার্টন হওয়ার কোনো কারণ নেই, মানে এঙ্গেজ করে যেতেই হবে। সামওয়ান অর দি আদার, কেউ না কেউ আসবে।
আচ্ছা, ওকে ওকে। আর কোনো পার্টিকুলার কোনো ভালো কোনো সাইটিং যেটা আপনি এখন মনে করতে পারছেন, ত্রিপুরায় হয়েছে মেবি, যেটা ইবার্ডে দিয়ে আর কি খুব ভালো ফিল হয়েছে আপনার?
হ্যাঁ, পেল ক্যাপ পিজিয়নের একটা কল রেকর্ডিং ছিল। আমরা নর্মালি আমরা পেল ক্যাপ পিজিয়ন দেখেছি ধরুন উড়ে যাচ্ছে বা কোথাও রুস্টিং এ এসছে, ওইটুকুনি। আমরা ওই শীতের সময় ওরকমই দেখেছি। অন্য সময় আমাদের হঠাৎ একদিন এক জায়গায় গেছি, একটাই পাখি বসা, ওটা ডাকছে, তো ওই কলটা রেকর্ড করতে পেরে ওইটা খুব একটা এক্সাইটিং জার্নি ছিল। বা অতগুলো পেল ক্যাপ পিজন একসঙ্গে একটা রুস্টিং সাইটে আসছে, ওইটা দেখাটাও খুব এক্সাইটিং ছিল। গোল্ডেন ক্রেস্টেড মায়না, ওটা আরেকটা। আমরা নিয়ারলি 80 থেকে 100টা পাখি একসঙ্গে ক্লোজ ভিসিনিটিতে পেয়েছিলাম, ওইটা ছিল। এরকম অনেক আছে। বা ধরুন আমার ওয়াটার বার্ডসের প্রতি একটু ইনক্লিনেশন আছে, তো শীতের সময় যখনই যাই কোনো ওয়েটল্যান্ডে কি নতুন হাঁস এলো ওইগুলো দেখি। লাস্ট একটা খুব একটা কমন শেলডাক এসেছিল আমাদের রুদ্রসাগরে, ওটা একটা মেমোরেবল। এরকম অনেক আছে। লেসার শর্ট উইং বড়মুড়া স্ট্রিমে, বড়মুড়া হিলসের স্ট্রিমে লেসার শর্ট উইং পেয়েছিলাম, ওইটাও একটা মেমোরেবল। বা মোস্ট রিসেন্টলি গ্রে পিকক ফেজেন্টের ভালো নাম্বারে 8 to 10 বার্ডস, এটা খুব সারপ্রাইজিং ছিল আমাদের জন্য। আমরা ওই সাইটে এক্সপেক্টও করিনি ওটা এরকম অনেক কথা
অনেক
আছে
অনেক আছে আচ্ছা বার্ড ওয়াচিং এ এখন ত্রিপুরার পজিশন কোথায় মানে অনেক লোকজন কি বার্ডিং নিয়ে
খুব বেশি লোকজন যে আছে তা না কিন্তু মানে আগের থেকে বেটার মানে অনেকে এখন বার্ডিং সম্পর্কে জানে ই বার্ডিং করে হয়তো রেগুলার বেসিসে করে না কিন্তু করে
বা রেগুলার বার্ডিং করতে
এখন একটা ধরুন কয়েকজন আছেন দুজন তিনজন আছেন যারা হয়তো রোজ লিস্ট দেন এটা রোজকার ব্যাপার
বা সানডে মানডে মানে স্যাটারডে
বার্ডিং আছে হ্যাঁ এমন অনেক বার্ডার আছে যারা খুব নলেজেবল তারা ই বার্ডে দেয়ও কিন্তু খুব রেগুলার হয়তো পারে না কিন্তু দেয় এখন ত্রিপুরাতে আমাদের টোটাল 8টা ডিস্ট্রিক্ট আছে ই বার্ডে 8টা কাউন্টি ধরে তো ধরুন নর্থ ডিস্ট্রিক্ট আর ঊনকোটি ডিস্ট্রিক্ট বাদ দিলে এই দুটোতে বার্ডিং রিলেটিভলি কম হয় মানে কারণ ওটা অনেকটা দূরে আগরতলা থেকে প্লাস আমাদের ওইদিকে বার্ড ওয়াচের খুব বেশি নেই বাকিগুলো মোরলেস কভারেজ মোটামুটি আছে
ওকে থ্যাংক ইউ সো মাচ
থ্যাংক ইউ ভেরি মাচ
I am Vrusha Choksi from Mumbai. I'm a creative director and I'm an eBird reviewer for the Mumbai region.
So how many years have you been doing this role?
I have been a reviewer since the past 2 years, but I have been into wildlife and birding since my childhood. My parents are birders, so naturally it came to me to get into this field. Yeah.
So do you think that more people should use eBird?
Yes, because
how we can motivate them because till now all the birders are not
on eBird. Yes. So firstly, yeah, everyone should use eBird because eBird, to be very basic, it's a surveillance program. I know today 5 crows outside my house and 10 years back there were no crows. Right? I know there are 10 barbets outside my house and 10 years down the line there are no barbets. So species, you get to be a CCTV camera for birds, right? So eBird is great for that. And how do you motivate people? I think giving them incentives, giving them social media recognition, teaching them that eBird is a CCTV camera. You're doing something for your country, you're doing something for Earth, you are being a green warrior. That's motivation. So motivating people basically.
And any particular experience that you want to share about your bird watching journey? Any particular sighting maybe?
Sighting, I would say the most recent sighting that I have, this is my first time here in West Bengal in Calcutta, and first day I come here and I found out there is a sighting of the yellow-bellied prinia. It's raining heavily, still 3 of us girls were like, first time here, no, but we'll go see the bird. We see a rainbow, we see the bird fly, and it starts raining heavily and we are drenched. So just the whole package of seeing one bird in heavy rain is going to be a very good memory for this area.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye. Thank you.